moment. I'd like to speak to you about something. Hi, Barbara. What is it? Can I help you with anything? You live in the big building by the train station, don't you? That's right. The big tower block. Can I ask a couple of questions? There's an apartment for sale there and we're thinking of moving. Are there any other families living there whose kids go to the same kindergarten as our daughters? Actually, yes. I sometimes meet other moms who have kids at that kindergarten. It's very convenient. There's a children's play area out in the communal area here, and our kids often play together there in the evenings. Oh, really? That's very interesting. Thank you for letting me know. Like I said, we're in the process of buying one of the apartments there. It'll be nice to have some families around with children my daughter can play with. Oh, I hope everything goes smoothly. It would be nice to have you close by. Thank you. Yes, I'm currently very busy with all the preparations for the move. I'll look forward to seeing more of you in the future then. Yes, it sounds great. Hey, Timothy. I have a question. Are there any apartments for sale in our building right now? Hey, why do you ask? I got a message today at one of the moms at Grace's kindergarten saying they were thinking of moving here. Or they're buying an apartment here or something. That's a bit strange. Why would she be messaging you about it? I don't know. I think she must have heard from another mom that we live here. We're not especially good friends or anything. And it's not like Grace is close with her daughter either. She said they'd be moving in soon and she's looking forward to living near us. It was weird. Yeah, I'm not really sure what that's about. I did hear that empty apartment on the 10th floor was finally sold a couple of months ago. Do you think she could be talking about that? I'm not sure. It seemed like she hadn't moved yet. And I thought the apartment on the 10th floor already had people living there. You haven't heard of anyone who's planning to move soon or anything? Not that I recall. Right. That's what I thought too. I wonder if she's made a mistake and she means another building around here. Maybe her information is wrong. I think that's the only explanation. Yeah, there's a possibility the person she asked got mixed up between me and another mom. I mean, if you're not such good friends with her, she probably made a mistake. That's a big kindergarten, isn't it? There are a lot of kids there. That's true. I think there's even another little girl named Grace in the class above. So they could be thinking of that little girl's family. I guess you'll find out when she moves. If she somehow turns up in our building, we'll definitely know about it. I guess so. I'll let you know if I hear any more about it. Hi, Alice. How are you? I just wanted to let you know that we finally moved in. Oh, hi, Barbara. I'm great, thanks. I hope you're well, too. That's great news. I feel like such a celebrity here. What a feeling. A celebrity? I didn't think our building was so special. I just think with these kinds of buildings, it's usually the rich and famous who live on the upper floors, isn't it? We're living on the 49th floor. It's almost the top floor. The 50th floor is the penthouse, but apparently it belongs to the owners of the building and they use the whole floor as a combined home and business premises. There isn't anyone else I know living on the 49th floor. I checked that today. So it looks like I am the top of the pile when it comes to living in this building. That is, among my friends anyway. What do you mean, the top of the pile? Oh, you know. You can totally tell how rich people are by what floor they live on. Everyone knows the most expensive apartments are at the top floor. Of course I know that, but what does it matter? You can't judge people by how much money they have or where they live. I can't? Why not? I think it does matter. I don't want my child associating with people that are below her. I've heard that the owners of this building don't want to encourage people to think that way. They don't like it when people act like there's some kind of hierarchy. It's quite a tight community. There are rules. If you get caught behaving like you're better than people on the lower floors, you might get into trouble. I think you should be careful what you say. Are you saying you're going to rat me out to the owners? What can they do anyway? We own this place. It's part of a condo, though. There are rules you have to sign up to as part of the homeowners association. Didn't you see them yet? No, my husband took care of all that. Well, you should know that it doesn't matter what floor you live on here. It's all equal. Oh dear, Alice. Actually, I think I should let you know. I expect that isn't true. It's probably just something they tell the poorer people living on the lower floors. Do you understand me? Out of all the families that use our kindergarten, my family is at the top of the heap. This is the proof. No one else's daughter is getting the elevator up this high. Our place is just as nice and fancy as the very top floor. is probably better because it's just a home and not being used as an office or whatever. This is the big issue here. If you live in this building and you refuse to accept my rules, you'll probably find yourself in hot water one of these days. Don't forget that, okay?
Barbara, please don't make a huge thing out of this. I don't want to get into a dispute with my neighbors over something so ridiculous. Can you just let it go? You're not better than anyone else here. It shouldn't be so important what people think about you. I can't believe you're trying to make me afraid of you right now.
If this turns into a dispute, it'll be the fault of those living on the lower floors. There's only going to be a problem if they make it a problem.
No, I'm afraid that kind of attitude and way of thinking won't be accepted by the Homeowners Association here. There's no point in you trying to look tough in front of me.
I'm not trying to look tough, Alice. I'm just letting you know. I'm the boss from now on, and what I say goes. You'll see. Alice, I'd like to know what you meant by your greeting to me earlier today.
Oh, hi, Barbara. Do you mean when we met in the entrance hall this morning?
Yes, of course that's what I mean. What else could it be? All you said was morning. What kind of greeting is that? Don't you think you could be a little more polite towards me?
I'm sorry, I was running a little late. But I do think that's an acceptable greeting between ordinary acquaintances.
Ordinary acquaintances? Is that all you think I am to you? I am by no means an ordinary acquaintance to you, Alice. I thought I made it perfectly clear that I'm a very important person in this community.
Oh, do you think so?
What is that supposed to mean? Do I have to explain it all to you again? I am the owner of a top-floor apartment in the building. I'm practically a celebrity to you, and you should show me the kind of respect I deserve.
In my opinion, I showed you even more respect than you deserve. I took the time to say good morning to you while I was in a hurry to get my kids to school on time. I thought I explained all of this to you the other day as well. There's no such thing as a hierarchy in this building. All the owners are treated the same way. We treat everyone that lives here as though they are valued and respected neighbors. Everyone is considered equal.
Yes, you said that before. It's all nonsense. The other owners only tell the poor residents that because they want you to feel valued. The reality is different. The next time you see me in the entrance hall, I would like you to greet me properly. Stop whatever you are doing and inquire after my day and my family. That's true politeness. If we allow people from our generation to fail in these simple tasks, what will the next generation grow up to be? They're already lazy and stupid. They should at least learn manners from their elders. And this doesn't only apply to you. I expect this kind of behavior from all of my acquaintances in this building. So far, I haven't had any trouble getting the other moms from our kindergarten to treat me with proper respect. You're the only one who seems to be resisting me. I wonder why that is. Do you have an attitude problem?
I don't know whose children you think are lazy and stupid, but I can tell you that mine certainly aren't. And I don't think I'm the one with the attitude problem here.
Haven't you understood anything I've said to you?
No, I'm sorry. I don't understand you at all. There shouldn't be anyone following these rules you seem to have invented for yourself. I have to start work now, so let's leave it here. Bye for now, Barbara.
Don't ignore me!
Hey, honey. Sorry I'm still at work, but I'm leaving here soon. I found out some stuff about that friend of yours that moved into the building recently. You know, the one you said acts like she owns the place. I thought I'd text you the information now in case you're already asleep before I get home. We can talk about it tomorrow if you like.
Oh, what did you find out?
What did you say her name was? Barbara?
Yeah, that's right. Barbara Gordon.
Well, I know that she definitely lives in our building, but that's not the whole story.
What's the story?
She got a divorce and moved in with her new partner who was already living in our building on the 49th floor. So anything she said about her husband buying the place was probably a lie. Or she's embellishing the truth a little bit.
Her new partner? Did she remarry straight away then? How do you know this stuff?
My mom told me.
Your mom?
Yeah. She's the couple she's friends with on the 49th floor. They have a yoga group, but I'm pretty sure they just sit on the floor gossiping. I'm not sure how much yoga gets done. I just remembered a few days ago and asked her if she knew anything about it. Then today, she called me and gave me all the gossip. My mom works fast. I'm quite impressed.
Me too. She does a great job. Hopefully this information will make life a bit easier. I'll have to thank her next time she calls.
There's more, but I don't want to go into too much detail over text, so I'll tell you tomorrow, okay? Our mom said she might come round tomorrow, so she could probably tell you as well. You never know, she might have fresh information then.
Oh, okay.
I'll wait and see what she says tomorrow. I'm glad you thought of asking your mom. I would never have considered it. I hope you don't have to work too late tonight. I'll see you tomorrow. I'm exhausted today, so I think I'll get an early night.
Okay, sure. I'm glad I could help. I'll see you in the morning.
Night.
Good night.
Excuse me, Alice. I've invited you to join my WhatsApp group for the kindergarten moms who live in this building. But you still haven't joined it. What's going on?
I just didn't think it was necessary. I have a lot of other things to do with my time.
You don't think it's necessary for us to share important information about our community?
Oh, I do. I just didn't think joining your group chat was necessary.
Are you still having trouble understanding how to act towards me? Let me remind you, I'm the absolute authority among the kindergarten moms in this building. I'm the top of the pile. You must listen to what I say and do what I tell you to do. Otherwise, you'll find yourself in a lot of trouble. If you want to be better than me and do what you want, then you should live on the 50th floor. But that's the building owner's place, and they've got the whole floor, so I guess that's impossible.
But I do live on the 50th floor, in the penthouse, which is the whole floor, as you've said.
What do you mean?
I don't know why you're having a hard time understanding that, Barbara. My husband is the owner of this building, and I'm the head of the Homeowners Association. It was built by my father-in-law's construction company, which my husband is now CEO of.
I don't think so. You live on the 3rd floor. I often see you getting out of the elevator there. You shouldn't tell lies to try and make yourself look better than you are. It's worse when people find out the truth.
Maybe you should try taking your own advice, Barbara. My parents-in-law live on the 3rd floor, actually.
The parents of your husband, who supposedly owns this building and is the CEO of a construction company, he lets his parents live on the 3rd floor of a tower block? And I'm supposed to believe that this father-in-law is the person he inherited his company from. You're not very good at making believable lies up, are you? You should just stop now.
It's not that we let them live there. They choose to live there and we support them in their choice. They don't want to live any higher because it's easier for my father-in-law to get around from the lower floors. He uses a wheelchair now. And my mother-in-law doesn't like heights. But it's like I told you. We don't judge people or their earnings by where they live in this building. Some of the apartments on the lower floors are larger and more expensive than the higher floors. I'm pretty sure my husband's parents' place is larger and nicer than the apartment you're living in.
I wish you would stop talking about your husband as if this person really exists. Everyone at the kindergarten knows you're a single mother. And there's no way you could earn enough as a single mother to live in the penthouse of a tower block like this.
I'm not single. Perhaps people might assume that because my husband is very busy and often away for work, so he doesn't make it to many parents' events. But I'm sure you'll meet him at some point.
Oh, I see.
Actually, while we're on the subject, I've been wondering why you think you have the right to talk about other people's married lives like this.
What do you mean?
I mean, you seem to think you're better than everyone else and you act like you're the best mother around. But I haven't actually seen you with your daughter for a while. And whenever I'm at the kindergarten to pick up my daughter, your daughter is being picked up by her nanny. What's going on there?
There's nothing going on. I'm just too busy to go there myself. A lot of mothers prioritize working over picking up their kids in the middle of the afternoon.
That's true, I guess. But I actually heard that you lost custody of your daughter in your recent divorce. Now, I'm not judging anyone for getting a divorce, but I don't think it's fair for you to come and live in this building and start acting like you're the boss of the kindergarten moms when technically you're not even one of them. According to my information, the person you're living with on the 49th floor isn't your husband. He's the guy you were cheating on your husband with. Did you pursue that guy on purpose because you wanted to live on the upper floors of a tower block and act like you're a celebrity all the time? Apparently, you couldn't wait to move in here. You were living in his house even before your divorce was finalized, weren't you?
How do you know all this?
Oh, I have my sources. I'm not suggesting it's my right to know everything that goes on here, but I know the right people if I want to get information. Or should I say that my husband does, because he's the one with all the contacts.
That's an invasion of my privacy! How dare you? You better not go telling all of the kindergarten moms about this.
I'm not interested in spreading gossip. I just want to make sure you're living by the rules of the Homeowners Association. Like I said, I'm the head of the committee, and as the wife of the building owner, I also have some responsibilities as his representative while he's not available. Your behavior has caused some problems, Barbara.
What do you mean?
I've had complaints from other residents about the way you insist everyone respects your position at the top of the so-called hierarchy. You can't just ignore the voices of the other owners here. I forwarded some of the information and complaints to my husband.
You can't do that! I haven't done anything wrong!
It's quite widely known among the residents here. But when my husband's parents were young professionals,
They lived in an apartment building where people acted just like you. The people who lived in the expensive apartments on the top floors gave themselves airs and graces and acted as though they were above the building's rules. That's why when my father-in-law's company built this condominium, he would try to create a place where that wasn't allowed. He set up a homeowners association with the rules and regulations to try and protect the residents from people like you. My husband was brought up to believe in the same values of equality. So now that he's in charge, he's also committed to making sure it's a nice place to live for everyone. We were really enjoying the little community we had here until you showed up and started expecting people to treat you differently. Naturally, my husband and I are not impressed with you.
So what are you planning on doing about it? Don't pretend like you actually have any power over me. I bet you're just doing this out of spite because you don't like having to compete for the other mom's respect.
I have no desire to force the people who live here to respect me. I'm just doing what they've asked me to do as the building owner's representative. But my husband should have some time tomorrow, so I expect he'll call or visit you at your place and you can talk about your options. I don't want to overstep, so I'll leave it here. Goodbye, Barbara.
Wait, what's going to happen to me?
According to my mother-in-law's information, Barbara was living with a guy she was calling her husband, but they weren't actually married. She had just moved straight into his house after splitting up with her husband and filing for divorce. Apparently, this guy didn't know that she was married when they first started seeing each other, and he only found out when her divorce lawyer called and he answered her phone. I don't think it was a very pleasant surprise for him, although he might have been able to live with it if she hadn't been lying about it the whole time. Then, just a short time after he found out about her divorce and that she had a young daughter, this business with the homeowners association started getting serious. He obviously hadn't known how many complaints we were receiving about Barbara's attitude. That must have killed off the last of his affection for her, because they split up soon after and she moved out. Then he moved as well a few months later. He must have been embarrassed and worried that people were talking about him. But to be honest, I think after Barbara left, no one blamed him or even thought about it that much. After she was thrown out of her dream apartment, I think Barbara tried to move back in with her parents, but she wasn't allowed to stay there long either. The last I heard, she was working at a fast food chain and living in shared accommodation with some of the other restaurant staff. I'm pretty sure she just eats fast food constantly and stays in her room. But she's not that stupid. So maybe she can move up to being a manager one day. I sometimes drive past the restaurant to make sure she's still there and enjoying her life on the top of the pile. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more content.